Hello, dear Rexai learners. I hope you're all doing great. It's been a while since we had our last podcast. And for today's lesson, we shall be talking about pronoun antecedent agreement part 1. You notice that this one is labeled as part 1 because pronoun antecedent agreement rules are actually numerous. There are multitudes of them, and that dividing it into different parts is actually the most effective way of learning it. So I think you're now set to understand the context of this grammatical lesson. So let's begin. Okay, so what are the things to be remembered when we're talking about pronoun and antecedent? Back in your elementary days, you were taught that a pronoun is a word used to stand for a noun, or it's a word used to substitute a noun. Okay, just like the example, Mother Earth delivered her speech to mankind. Her is our pronoun, which was used to substitute our subject, Mother Earth. Okay, now we proceed to antecedent. An antecedent is a word being substituted by a pronoun. This is the exact definition. Now, going back to the example given, Mother Earth delivered her speech to mankind. The ones being substituted by the pronoun her is our subject, Mother Earth. Therefore, Mother Earth is the antecedent of the pronoun her. I repeat, Mother Earth is the antecedent of the pronoun her because it is the word being substituted by the pronoun itself. Does it make sense? So we are now set to discuss the governing rules under pronoun antecedent agreement. So let's have rule number 1. A phrase or clause between the subject and verb does not change the number of the antecedent. Okay, to make it clearer, let's have the example. An array of trees stands on its ground. Notice that we have prepositional phrase between the subject and the verb. Okay, and I am referring to the word or the phrase of trees. Trees basically is plural in number. However, it doesn't have any impact on the verb, nor the pronoun, nor the subject. Okay, so we use singular pronoun it's referring to the subject array. Does it make sense? Okay. If yes, then we shall proceed to rule number 2, which is indefinite pronouns as antecedents. For the information of everyone, we use indefinite pronouns when we are not sure on the exact identity of our subject. Examples of indefinite pronouns are someone, no one, anyone, nobody, and so forth and so on. So it is divided into two. We have singular indefinite pronoun and the plural indefinite pronoun. So for singular indefinite pronoun antecedents, they take singular pronoun reference. And I have provided you list of singular indefinite pronouns on the box and you can use them as your reference in writing a grammatically correct sentence. Okay, so we have the following: each, either, neither, one, no one, nobody, nothing, anyone, anybody, anything, someone, somebody, something, everyone, everybody, and everything. These are examples of singular indefinite pronoun. Now let's have the sample sentence. Each of the birds flies toward its nest. Okay, each is a singular indefinite pronoun that should take a singular pronoun referent and I am referring to the pronoun its. Okay? Let us then talk about plural indefinite pronoun. So basically, plural indefinite pronoun requires plural reference, and there are four of them on the list. We have several, few, both, and many. Example, both flowers bend their stems toward the sun. Both, as a plural indefinite pronoun, requires plural referent there. Okay, so the bottom line here is that you have to be familiarized with what's on the list. If you're able to do that, then you have the roadmap to understand or to actually apply the correct usage of indefinite pronouns within sentences. However, I want you to bear in mind, dear students, that there are indefinite pronouns that can either be singular or plural, depending on the countability and the uncountability of the noun they are associated with. Okay, under this category, we have indefinite pronouns some, any, none, all, and most. Now, let's take a look on the example. When the object of preposition is uncountable, or it's something that cannot be counted by our fingers, or something that cannot be measured by our naked eye, then we categorize it as uncountable. So, when the object of preposition is uncountable, we use a singular referent pronoun. Okay, we have the example. Some of the waves reach its top. The word wave, dear students, cannot be counted by our fingers and it cannot be measured by our naked eye. So we categorize it as uncountable noun, and that the rule is telling us to use a singular referent pronoun. Does this make sense again? If yes, then we proceed to the next rule, which states that when the object of preposition is countable, we use a plural referent pronoun. Example, some of the animals were saved by their owners. Animals on this aspect is written in its plural form, so we use their, which is plural also. So the formula here is singular goes with singular, plural goes with plural. So this is the end of part 1. I shall be giving you the meat or the core of part 2 sooner or later. So I hope you're able to get at least the whole glimpse of what pronoun antecedent agreement is all about. So see you on the next part and God bless you all.